That's how I'll start this. Oh god, ow. Just can't feel restless. Ah. She found it. Alright, anyway. That's all we got on the wall. Ready for an adventure? Fighting guard. The fighter's guard is looking for strong hearts and and stout arms to combat the Derek threat. Seek the. Oh my god! I just gotta try and find out what's going on. Next. I joined this game in the hope that I'll be endeavoured into another quest, but
I can't believe Lord Vivek wouldn't see worshippers today.
He's not about. I'm sure he was just busy. We should have waited longer.
there we go. This is where we're meant to go. Don't let anyone else have this note, not even our comrades can be trusted. We've got to give this one up. Coin isn't worth our lives. You haven't seen it yet. What I've seen, but they're talking about sending us back into the try to deal with the mess. And believe me, they won't be paying enough for that. Problem is, Ranap has some real loyalty. Its loyalists is our ranks. They'll kill us if we try to run too early. Got a plan though. Lima is making the squads and planning the route. We'll get ourselves split from the rest and then make a break for it. If this is as bad as here is his, they'll probably just assume we died and never came looking for us. We can always find work somewhere else. Okay. So that's the issue, innit? Okay, here we go on a massive endeavor. Hiding from something. So we want to try and a guy had a lightning staff. What? I'm not supposed to stay in the fog, but warning, no unauthorized workers beyond this point, and a quarantine is in effect. This disobedience will be answered with swift punishment. Former Knox. Okay. Okay, so there might be something useful here. I'll be happy to hear that your shim is working perfectly as well, maybe not perfectly but well enough. The most recent batch of labourers come in yesterday. They were a sluggish bunch, worried too, but the promise of a few more drinks got them moving. Them should make a fine batch. That alchemist of yours, Grovers, is it. He set up shop in the old Durmic ruins. You should see if it haven't been around many bottles and burners since the day in the scoop man trade. He said he's working on some variation of the formula. Something about ask him about this, boss. Yeah, I've forgotten this shit. Tomorrow privilege without foreman. Okay. Completed such a. Okay, we completed that one. You right?
Yeah.
Sure. Excuse me. Dead head trauma from of hours after the mercenaries restrained her, administered the formula, but transpiration was not successful. This confirms my hypothesis. Blood pressure must remain constant until the last possible moment. Death prior to infusion results in only particular transfusion. This explains some of our previous failures. A powerful sedative could reduce premature death. Must conduct more trials. Perfect subject R32 is perfect transposition. The drip method seems much more effective in terms of yield, because unfortunately duration of the procedure has dramatically increased. Rate of output may insufficient for cell, but be faster. Subject the formula liquid to the vapor provided easier than expected. The results are promising. Subject exposure to the vapor exhibited signs of transition immediately. Unfortunately, the procedure drove the subject into a violent frenzy. Recommended steroid restraints for future test subjects. Subject S24 adonium. Subject remains alive despite complete transportation. Defies all existing in citizenship. The correlation violent and erratic behavior has increased significantly. Remember, we suspend experiments until this side effect is resolved.
I don't recognize you. You've made a terrible mistake in coming here. Do you feel it yet? The cold rush through your veins, the stiffness in your joints. Only a matter of time now. Only a matter of time.
What's going on here?
You really haven't figured it out. You're denser than those stone fiends. Master Rethan brought me on to study a Daedric text. A formula for turning living flesh into a substance akin to ebony. Not a perfect match, but close enough.
And you lost control of it.
Something like that. But what does it matter? I'll be frozen solid soon. Black as midnight. A commodity. Nothing more. Ironic. You mean to rob me, I suppose. The scroll's just there. Have a care with it. Wealth always comes at a price.
I wasn't thinking about it, but now you said it, yeah. Is there no cure for this affliction? How do you contract this illness? Why would you agree to this?
What? Afflicting all these miners? Oh, spare me your crude moral outrage. They were wastrels, laborers that were too ignorant or too lazy to find work anywhere else. This is as meaningful a contribution as they were likely to make.
Oh, you have no remorse, do you?
I'd invite you to kill me, but given that I'll be dead soon anyway,
Miners.
it's hardly worth the effort.
What a prick, man! What an ass! People are trying to live their life, day in, day out, and day out. Find someone who's more or less, more worse than that. You can't. They're better. Labourers are better. You're a fool. You're a fool. They work because they want to live. You don't want to. It's hardly worth the effort. Goodbye. Okay, I got the mysterious formula. Okay, so vampire and the hunters. We may as well read this. The work of a hunter vampires is the best reserved for the mentally unstable average people. If they try to pursue a vampire, they will more likely end up being prey than predator. It's not that the average person is not strong enough to cunning enough, although that is often the case. It's that they are not single-minded enough. The vampire does not know family or love or hope, it only knows a desire to feed. So must the vampire hunt and mimic its prey? He must abandon all love and hope and all memory and or family or friends. Anything that might distract his mind or goal at hand must be sloughed off like dead skin. The vampire hunter must become a predator's predator, unknown and unknowable. Anything short of that, and he will quickly become food for his quarry, or worse, he will be transformed into a very likely monster he seeks to destroy. Wow. Proceedings in practice by Sunhold. Any accomplishment a wizard knows that safety when experimenting with new spells is one of the utmost importance, especially when utilizing destruction magic too many times. I have to treat a student with horrific burns of frostbite while I helped clean up the aftermath of a spell misfired in a location inappropriate for training, such as personnel quarters. You must take care when casting new spells, and there is no excuse for reckless behavior or slack. Adherence to the rules. These simple guidelines will protect you from the most dangerous enemy, carelessness. Never practice spells with an elemental outpost indoors. No expectations. When training with a staff, find a large and open space. Check the weapon for impurities and damage before every use. Closing your eyes while casting will not make the spell more potent. Trust me. Never attempt to use the untested destruction spells as a prank. Honestly, try to be professional. Remember, even the masters, especially the masters, know to take proper caution and at all times magical destruction is exciting and alluring, but any wizard with lazy, sloppy habits and irresponsible behaviour won't survive to explore it. Okay, I think that's all because I heard some monsters going off on one. That's all there is for bookshelves anyway. There's bookshelves over here. So Solvengarden Solvegard a examination by Beredate Jastel. Death is it. It is something we all face, or do we? Just ask the nearest Nord what he thinks of the end of life, and you'll likely be treated to a horrific story of blood, bone, and vascularia, of courageous deeds and heartbreaking sorrows. Carnage notwithstanding, there may be even more to death than the average Nord warriors realize. Not new evidence suggests a life beyond the battlefield, where a valiant Nord may live forever, downing mead and engaging in contests of strength and skill. But in order to fully understand the possibility of a Nord eternal life after death, one must first re-examine the legends surrounding that most wondrous and of warriors retreated, Solngardi. According to the ancient writing of and oral traditions of the Nords, going back as far as the late Merethic era, there exists a place so magnificent, so honoured, that the entrance lies hidden from view. Sordgard is called, built by the god Shor to honour his Nords. You have proven them metal in war within this hall of Valor. Time as we know it has no meaning. The concept of life and death are left on the doorstep, and those within exists a sort of self-contained epitheria, free of pain, suffering, and the worst mainly a Nord could suffer, boredom. But just how well hidden the entrance to Solngardi is has been a matter of most sovereignly debate, and there are those who believe Shaw's Great Hall is just a myth, for there are no actual accounts from Nords who have experienced the wanderers of Solngarde then return to tell the tale. Not that this has stopped anyone from looking for some Nords spend a lifetime searching for the mysterious hidden entrance in Solvangard, must return home sad and broken, their heart heavy with failure. They'll never know the pleasure of a mead flagon that never empties, or a wrestling tormented without end. What some may ask, does the entrance to Solngard and to do with death? Everything, according to the series of ancient parchments recently discovered in an attic of deceased Nords, home of Chardil. What at first seemed to be a series of love letters was later found to be a correspondence between the Flaga Four-Finger, a medium, of some notes, and the ghost of the Nord warrior named Rolf the Large. According to the parchment, Rolf had spent his entire life searching for the entrance to Solngarde without success. He was returning home to his village in Skyrim when he was waylaid by a band of giants. Rolf fought bravely but was quickly killed, and the giant proceeded to play catch with his head. Amazingly, all of this was seen by Rolf, and in ghostly form as he drifted away from the scene, Sora's upwards into the heavens, where he finally arrived in the magnificent hall of Solngar. Rolf could not believe his good fortune and his foolishness for not having released the truth so many years before, for death was the entrance to Sengard. He was told by Shaw himself, who greeted Rolf the large as a brother, and personally handed him a leg of the roast mutton and the hand of a commonly wrench Solengard. Short told him that he be entered by the Nord who dies violently in horribly combat. It is time for Nords to learn the truth. Eternal life can be theirs without the need to spend an entire mortal life in vain pursuit of something completely unattainable. In the end, all valiant Nords can enter Solengard. Dismemberment, decapitation, or evisceration seems so a small price to pay for the chance to spend an eternity in Shaw's wondrous hall. Okay, cool. So I thought I'd read that. I'm not bother with that one. So. Okay, I'm guessing it's like a boss fight now. No. Guessing it's like a little money boss fight. I mean, it's possible. It's possible as a boss fight. Don't really know what I'm expecting now. Oh, so it seems like we're back to like leaving, going somewhere. I guess we try and teleport back.
Ah, I'm glad to see you made it back in one piece. So, what have you learned? Anything?
An alchemist named Galvorol was turning miners into some kind of false ivory.
What? Well, that sounds ghastly. To think that my own brother would be capable of such a thing. We must move quickly. Did you find any evidence? I'll need something concrete if I'm to convince the Hlalu trade barons to intercede.
This is the Deldric formula Galvorus was using.
Well done. I have a final task for you, if you're willing. I must take this to the trade baron, Councillor Riveth. He's staying at the Balmora Inn. Alas, Benner has many contacts in town. If he hears that I'm meeting Riveth, he may try to flee.
What would you have me do?
Travel to the Rethan Manor House and detain Benner. Once I've explained matters to Riveth, send Hlalu constables to collect my brother. After this, I'll ask nothing more of you. You have my word.
Really had no idea what was going on in the mine. How long will you be meeting with that guy? Okay, just go. Something wrong with me.
Ah, the last piece of the puzzle. Time to tie up loose ends.
Our work is almost complete. Remain watchful. With any luck, the adventurers consist of clean out the remaining stone new formulation. So they've been watching me. We began again, this time without the bird remark. Things up, tie off all loose ends, and make sure it ends. It looks like they killed each other. It needs to be convincing enough for the council. When your work is done, meet me at my residence in Balmoral. I'll have further instructions for you, and your first payment is promised. This will be a lucrative endeavor, my dear. Don't fail me. Okay. Alright, let's go see what we need to do. Something, obviously.
Stupid dog.
What happened? Let me see.
I just tried to pet it. Damn dog bit me.
Leave it alone. There's something strange about it.
I got a feeling that, because that guy was saying to detain that someone, I got a feeling that that guy betrayed me, and he was a liar.
Mallow-Reethon. What a swit. I'm going to need a stiffer drink. You don't appear to be holding my drink, so I'm sure I have no interest in you. Off with you.
You mentioned Mallow-Reethon. You must be Councillor Rainvent.
I am. Young Marlowe and I were talking about the sudden success of his mining enterprise, built on some irregularities that I'd prefer not to discuss. Not that it's any of your business. Who are you? Why are you meddling in Hlalu business?
I doubt someone gave you a true account. I found these orders and assassins sent to kill me.
My, this is damning. Dear Mala tried to hang this whole business around his brother's neck. And yours. A prudent, albeit sloppy affair. House Hlalu can ill afford such a scandal, and I hate to be lied to. Kill Mala, and I will reward you. What would I do with him? Chain him to a post? His life no longer serves the house's interests. I don't expect an outlander to understand, but this needs to be done. Honestly, I doubt he'll give you a choice in the matter.
We're gonna find him.
His city residence, I expect, just across the river. Do be quick about this. I'm anxious to be done with a brother's wreath on. No. What scroll? Don't tell me there's more to this fetching disaster.
The scroll contains a formula that can be turned people into false ibis stone.
Does it now? Listen carefully. Don't breathe a word of this to anyone else. If Mala has this formula on him, bring it to me. The reward will be significant. We cannot let this get out, and we cannot let it fall into the wrong hands.
Alright. What will House Hlalu do about this situation?
By the three, what a mess. I'll put some of my Oathman on it. Oathman I can trust. If we can clear out the riffraff, it might be salvageable. If not, we'll simply collapse the thing. Better to bury it than let some fool stumble upon Mala's folly.
Adios!
You! How did you... Bah, I'll finish this myself.
It's a bad idea to take it to him, right? I mean, he's clearly gonna do something but evil with it. He said he's gonna pay me handsomely. So that's good.
Quietly now. Is it finished?
Yeah, he's
Well
dead.
then, this unfortunate little tale comes to an end. I've already dispatched some of my best agents to clean up Rethon Manor. We'll tend to Marla's apartment and the mine next. Well done. Now, what of this mysterious scroll?
I have it here.
Excellent. Best hand it over to me. You've proven to be a reliable assistant. House Lalu values reliability. I would say it's been a pleasure, but this whole affair has left me with quite a headache. Still, I may call upon you again in the future. Here, double pay as promised.
Inventory. Increases this item's sell price. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you had a bit of fun. There's an apple selling basket. You can buy some. See, what can I do?
Dark elves have unusual tastes, at least in my experience. I'll cater to those tastes, mind you. Just don't ask me to eat any slime or beetle curds. Thank you very much.
Okay. Wow.